Let me go check here. Hold on.
Was that 30?
Yo. Hold up. Not yet.
Body camera. A video recorded on a Baltimore police officer's body camera appears to show a city officer manipulating evidence. A video that tonight has led the Baltimore Police Department to launch an investigation. The clip runs less than 90 seconds. During that time, you see 3 city officers in an alley. Seconds later, audio of the officers begins to be recorded.
Let me go check here. Hold on.
The officer is seen returning to the spot where the 3 were just standing, picking up a can and pulling drugs from it. The same can that it appears he placed the drugs in seconds earlier.
He retrieves it right from the space where he had just put it.
Debbie Katz-Levy is with the Public Defender's Office.
Our initial reaction was complete shock. This is something that we argue in court all the time, and we never actually get to see it live on camera.
Last week, the case was scheduled to go to trial. But then a public defender noticed this first frame of footage. Take a look. It appears as if the officer has a can in his hand that he's placing a baggie in. Details the public defender outlined in this email to prosecutors on the eve of the trial. The state writes back saying, quote, "I've passed it up. Something is going to happen because of this revelation." The next day, charges are dropped. But then days later, the same officer is called by prosecutors to testify in another case.
So they had knowledge, they watched it, they were appalled by what was on the video, and then, for whatever reason, made the choice to continue to call him as a witness.
The state's attorney's office confirms the case was dropped, and a supervisor was told about this video and what it appears to show. The Baltimore Police Department issued this statement that says, quote, "We take allegations like this very seriously. And that's why we launched an internal investigation into the accusations. We are fortunate to have body-worn cameras which provide a perspective of the events as reported." Joy LaPola, Fox 45 News.
Not yet.
Planting drugs, search results. Planting drugs. Search. If you're not happy with the results, please do another search. Planting. Innocent man freed after cop seen on own body cam planting drugs to frame. Cop exposed for planting cocaine on a woman while filming an episode of Cops. Exclusive, cops turn off body cams before killing man, witnesses watch them plant. Cops cross thin blue line, leak info showing racist officers planted drugs and guns. I want you to smoke this ST. Cops resort to forcing addicts to do. Ex-drug cop says he and fellow cops lied, planted drugs, and stole money too. New video appears to show cops planting crack in innocent man's car after brutally. Bombshell interview, cop reveals that planting evidence and lying are just part of the drug. Hundreds of drug convictions overturned after corrupt cops caught framing innocent people. Handcuffed. Watch, cop curb stomps handcuffed man gets a 24-hour vacation. Innocent man freed after cop seen on own body cam planting drugs to frame him. A Baltimore cop was captured on his own body camera planting drugs to frame an innocent man who spent 6 months in jail before this video surfaced. By Matt Agarist, July 19, 2017. Baltimore MD. It is a common theme among old episodes of cops suspects getting arrested over drugs, saying, Those aren't mine. Many times they are lying. However, many times they are not. As a breaking body camera video out of Baltimore appears to show, cops have no problem planting drugs to arrest innocent people. Fox 45 has obtained body camera footage from a Baltimore police officer that shows him planting a clear baggie of drugs. The 90-second clip also catches his fellow officers standing there in approval as he hides the drugs. After he's seen planting the fake evidence, the crooked Baltimore cop and his cronies walk out of the alley, at which point he turns on his body camera. However, this corrupt cop apparently had no idea that their new body cameras were programmed to capture the footage 30 seconds prior to activation. "I'm going to check here," he can be heard saying, as he walks back into the alley in a show for his body camera. Remarkably enough, he knew exactly where the drugs were and was able to find them within seconds. An innocent man was then kidnapped by these cops, charged with drug possession and thrown in a cage. This video was recorded in January when the man was arrested and his bail was set to $50,000. Advertisement. The man was unable to pay his bail and rotted in that cage for 6 months until prosecutors viewed this footage. As FOX45 reports, the case was scheduled for trial last week. After a public defender reviewed the footage, he contacted the prosecutor in the case. Justin Fenton heavy checkmark at Justin_Fenton. Replying to at Justin_Fenton. Footage shows officer placing drugs in trash, goes out to street, turns on camera, returns. Cam save 30 SEC prior to activation, without sound pic.twitter.com/5ZW128LWFM. Follow. Justin Fenton heavy checkmark at Justin_Fenton. Man held on drug charges related to this VID since Jan on $50,000 bail he couldn't pay, at Baltimore SAO called officer in another case days later. 10:56 p.m., July 18, 2017. 1,607 retweets 1,631 1,631 likes. Twitter adds info and privacy. In an email, the prosecutor says, "I passed it up and we are all appalled, something is going to happen because of this revelation." Read more. If everyone went through DHS checkpoints like this guy, maybe they would cease to exist. Indeed, something is going to happen. The Free Thought Project wants to encourage everyone who's ever been arrested or otherwise cited by these 3 corrupt cops to go back to the courts and challenge your convictions. No arrests these cops have made can be trusted. After prosecutors viewed the footage, charges were dropped the next day against the man. However, the cop in the video was set to testify in another case, just days later. They had knowledge. They watched it and were appalled by what was on the video, and then for whatever reason made the choice to continue to call him as a witness, said Public Defender Debbie Katz-Levi. Exactly why he wasn't immediately arrested and thrown in jail after being seen on his own body camera planting drugs to frame an innocent man remains a mystery. And now, the Baltimore Police Department is being tight-lipped. We take allegations like this very seriously, and that's why we launched an internal investigation into the accusations. We are fortunate to have body-worn cameras which provide a perspective of the events as reported, the department said in their only statement. However, the Baltimore Police Department is known for their extensive history of corruption, and the chance of this officer facing any consequences is slim to none. One need only look at the case of Freddie Gray to learn how corrupt that system is. What will likely happen in spite of the man having his charges dropped is that the department will claim this officer was conducting some sort of demonstration on how to look for drugs. They will likely claim that this demonstration tainted the case and therefore, the man had to be released. Read more. 911 is a joke in this town, home invasion victim waits over an hour for police. The Free Thought Project has reached out to the Baltimore Police Department but we have not heard back. Fox 45 reports that the department would not say whether or not the drug-planting cop was on active duty while their investigation is underway. This is what policing in America looks like. 15H. Justin Fenton heavy checkmark at Justin_Fenton. Body camera footage allegedly catches at Baltimore police misconduct. Email from public defender to other city defense attorneys, pic.twitter.com/3grvydwj72. Follow. Justin Fenton heavy checkmark at Justin_Fenton. Footage shows officer placing drugs in trash, goes out to street, turns on camera, returns. Cam save 30 SEC prior to activation, without sound pic.twitter.com/5zw128lwfm. 10:49 p.m., July 18, 2017.
Hey Sheriff, we have a question about why your office, your intelligence division, is investigating private citizens for criminal investigation that happen to be activists that are overseeing your department. Why would you have your intelligence division investigate private citizens? We have done...
For life hating so much.
Sir, we don't hate anyone. We love freedom and we love American people. And government is out of control. That's why you're seeing such a revolt nationwide. Why can't you just answer, why is Susan Edwards, your intelligence division, investigating private citizens? This should not happen.
Are you here to apply for a job?
Possibly I might be applying for a job, but that's irrelevant to my question. Why would you ask that question?
Well, enjoy the fair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Excuse me, sir.
So those of you that haven't
Wow.
been on a bike before, we're
Sheriff's
just
getting a little too pushy.
is
You
the
work
hard
for
part.
us, Sheriff.
In
Just
keeping
keep
them
that in mind. At one time we respected you, but not with that type of attitude.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheep up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month on Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.